Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this day may find you. Good to have you here. My name is Paul Trenny. We can dive into today's daily creative challenge, and I'm so thankful that you are here, everyone. That includes Anthony, Susan Wilson. I see you, Susan. What's up? Rick's in the house. Andreas, Stony, everyone. Michelle, thank you so much. Audio and video are good. Always good to hear. Yes, welcome. You guys are like my crew, or I'm part of your crew, I would say. Yeah, Ted, what's up? Excuse me. Yes, thank you so much for referencing my shirt. I was thinking somebody would. We're going to be dealing with patterns today, so hence the fancy shirt. So, if you want to get the files, let's go out to Discord, just so you know, and you can go to Behance as well, behance.net/challenge/Photoshop, since we're dealing with this Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. Okay, does that work for you? What's up, Sergio? Good job. Flowers, what else? I know. So much. Guess what? Guess what's in our starter file? Yeah, a bunch of flowers and plants and things, but also animals. So yes, let's go ahead and switch over. You can see on my desktop, I just went to this URL that I can paste in the chat, or actually, Sam's already on it. Sam's so much better than I am. Perfect patterns. Create a pattern and use it across warped surfaces and text and stuff like that. Okay, so this will be really fun. We're going to do more with patterns as well. So we're actually going to make a pattern brush. So we're going to exploit all the different ways of making patterns. Click Get Started, right? You can grab those assets or use whichever ones you want. Will be fantastic. Little some flowers. Oh, it doesn't quite match my shirt, but you get the idea. All right, let's do this, and a shout out to the people on Discord. Again, creative challenge right here. You'll see everything I just mentioned. Scroll down. You can also see under challenge, under feedback. This is where you can see people working a lot with the landscape and mixer. This actually looks pretty darn good. Look at that. A little green on top. I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, super interesting. So this has more of a teal, like not a teal, but a rose type tint, and this is obviously very green. So yeah, it's good. There's the original. Wow, it did quite a difference. So again, all the different. Thank you so much for doing that, Frank. Autumn, winter, spring, and summer. Very cool. Very cool. Cool. Everybody's doing a great job, Susan. And yeah, I would love to spend all day here, but I want to get into today's challenge. I also wanted to point out 2 days ago, also that we have on, I talked a little bit about painting, right? And I usually upload a subsequent content to my YouTube when I get a chance. So oil painting in Photoshop. The oil paint filter is something I did not talk about, but we could use this along with what we're doing today. All right. So here we are in Photoshop. Here's just a simple background. We'll take a look at the different layers. Excuse me. Ooh, at a light dusting of snow. Oh, in my Florida yard. That's awesome. So we have these flowers, as you can see, and there's more to this image typically. Again, we can kind of move that around. Also right in here, we can kind of move this around and see that there's more to this image. You're going to realize why I did that in a second. But also we have these lovely animals, you know, just hanging out, being friends, you know, like all animals are. I think they're all just talking trash about us humans. Or like, you see what this human did the other day? Right, so here we have also some leaves, which are going to work out quite well for the pattern I'm going to do. Okay, so typically when you make a pattern, we're going to use pattern preview. And this is what's going to happen when I turn on pattern preview. Excuse me. Go to view. This is a brand new pattern preview because that's what I want to make. I want to make a pattern. So turn on pattern preview. What does it do? It starts to duplicate my canvas. many, many times. And if you could see this blue line, this is my original sort of document size or canvas size. All right, so again, I can turn all those off. We can see this is duplicated across all of them. Maybe I want to just kind of throw down a white background really fast. Let's just click down here. Let's go with solid color, shablam. Let's just make that a solid color white, and you could see it there. So all these things are not extracted out. There's a number of ways we could do that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep this easy. I'm going to use the object selection tool. We'll turn on object finder. We're going to separate these out. Maybe we'll throw some animals in there. We're going to have some fun. Okay. Does that work for you? It's analyzing the image. And again, we could see, I know it's analyzing the image just right up here. So do your thing. Studying, studying, studying. Right? We can go ahead and click there. And really, I could always just turn off pattern preview. Now that we know what it does, I could just go ahead and turn that off, right? So we'll take that, we'll copy it, we'll paste it on its own layer. And that's the goal, right? We did this the other day, and I could have gone through the hard work of, not the hard work, but I could have gone through the work of selecting everything for you guys. What's an easier way to do a lot of this? You could use select under select. You could use color range. So that's also another option. But I'm going to keep this easy because I'm just grabbing parts of these. Right? Grab each one of these. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. And to make sure I have everything, hold down the shift key and then just draw a circle around it as well. Okay, so we'll see what we get there. This one, wait for it. Let's just kind of do some cleanup here. Now, I'm tempted to kind of also show you the Illustrator integration with Photoshop, which is actually quite nice because in some cases you might use some vector content. So I'd really like to show how you bring that content in as well. Might be hugely helpful. But here we have all of these, right? And I can start to move them around and position them accordingly. But really I could even make this pattern smaller or larger. Let's grab some animals right in here while we're at it. We want the giraffe. Let it analyze that image. Take a drink of our lovely coffee. Today's session is sponsored by Peppermint Bark. I think that's what it is. Actually, sorry, Peppermint Stick from Good and Gather, Target brand coffee. Because you know what Target's known for? Coffee. All right. Umacorn. Paste as layers. Yes, boom. Umacorn nailed it. Paste as layers. That's what I would do. Again, just doing this quite simply. You guys do know that when it comes to selections, I could also, let's grab the tail. Whoop. There we go. Try to extract everything out, but that's still going to take some work. Nonetheless, I just want to grab a couple of these animals just to make this fun. Should I put a rhino in here? A rhino or rhinos? Bad jokes. We're doing some dad jokes today. All right, we'll get this flamingo and call it a day. There we are. So, animals, 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 animals. There they are. Brrr. Like so. I even have an extra one. That's the one I cut out earlier, isn't it? No, it's not. Let's turn that off. Boom. There we go. I think we have most everything. These two are pretty much the same thing. Hey. All right, so let's get this party started. We have everything created. We have our just color fill that I put back there. For each one of these, I can start to move them around, and if we're dealing with pattern preview, again, I'll adjust them, these kind of accordingly, but really we'll jump into view, we'll go to pattern preview, we'll turn that on. We get an idea for sort of making my current shirt that I have. Rhinoceros? Oh, should I? Little rhinoceros. So all I'm doing to kind of navigate around this, this is you guys are gonna learn some pro tips, and I'm so thankful you guys are here. Well, this color fill, like I sometimes, first off, this is what I do: is you hold down the command key. Well, command key. Command key. If I hold down the command key, I can click and it will select that layer. So what that does is with your move tool selected, command key will toggle that on and off. So I don't have to jump to the layers panel. I could just click on the giraffe to select it to move it over and different things. All right. So that's what I'll do. Typically moving things around. We'll actually turn off guides because they're getting annoying. So you could go show, turn off smart guides, right? So those are those pink lines that pop up. If you don't want to see those, again, move these around. What do we want to do? A number of things. So what happens when you do that is you sometimes click on the background. You're like, man, I hate clicking. I'm trying to click on this and I accidentally click on the background. Go over here, just hey, lock it down. All right, right over here, selecting that layer, click that lock button, and now I'm not going to accidentally select it. Okay. So for all this craziness, you start to notice some of the things that are kind of screwed up here. Like, why did I select that bottom part? And for the object select tool, we got some extra little things that are going on. It doesn't matter what layer it's on. I could just jump over here, command key click, find that element, right, delete it like so, and just making sure this is cleaned up, right? We want to zoom to elements as well, right? We can click on objects, or we can hold on the option key and click on, say, the elephant layer. Zoomed right to it in case the elephant is hiding. Yes, he's hiding, right? We could find where that elephant is hiding like so. Even if I want, excuse me, even if I wanted to turn off all other layers, hold down the option key rather than clicking on the layer, which will jump to that object. Option key, click on the eyeball. It'll turn off everything except for that layer, which really helps me navigate around, right? Option click again. Oh, Lisa, I'm so glad you asked this. Lisa, on point. What happens if this is going off canvas? So you're moving things around, Paul. You think you're all clever, moving stuff. If you paste it off the pasteboard, look what happens. It actually shows it right down here. Now, here's what I'm going to do. You ready for this? I'm going to turn off. So let me just kind of move this around because this is exactly what you would do. Move this around, move this around. Everything needs some color, needs so much help, to be honest with you. But we'll get there. We will get there. Because ultimately, watch what happens. Okay, so I'll have this set up like so. Okay, I'm going to turn off pattern preview. Watch what happens when I turn it off. And be mindful of my layers panel. What is that going on? Okay, so be mindful of my layers panel. I'll go to pattern preview, turn that off, but ding. So those overlapping elements are still there. And what it does, if you look at my layers panel, it puts the top of this leaf down here, and they're both on the same layer. Okay, so that's what happens. Let's actually turn that off. I want to turn this off. Can I undo all this craziness? Kind of move things in a little bit. So this is why, in fact, even if you consult the help, it says, hey, you know what? Use smart objects. So you don't get the same item on those two layers. Go in and convert everything to a smart object. So that's what I'll, oh geez. Let's turn off this. This is the first thing I'm gonna do. Turn this off. Turn off pattern preview. You know what it does. Convert everything to a smart object. So I'm saying, hey, these are the elements that I wanna use. And now, convert them to a smart object to protect them. And they might get duplicated, but they're still going to deal with that one source smart object that I can work with, just like so. Another pro tip, as you make smart objects and clean up your layers panel, you might say leaf, what is it? Hit the tab key. Did you know if you hit the tab key while you're in your layers panel, it'll jump to the next layer, so you can name that one leaf, you know, 2. Tab key, leaf 3 on down the line, leaf 4 or whatever. I'm not being that specific. Leaf 5. Elefante. Elephant. I won't let you guys don't have to watch me name everything. So now I have it set up and you know kind of the things to watch out for. Make sure things are smart objects, lock down the background. Then you can go in with confidence, turn on pattern preview. We can grab that and kind of move that over like so. But what I can also do now is I could start to, ooh, I got a little cut off ear there. I kind of want to like, what I would actually do is I would, I actually want to make this a solid pattern. So maybe for this leaf, I want it to be, just have a color overlay of just I kind of like that green, I don't know, of something else, right? Let's just say, and this happens all the time. I'm going to make a pattern. I'm going to make this leaf a teal color. So we dip into teal, we click OK, crank that up 100%, just like that, boom. And as we're making our pattern, like, okay, it'd be cool to like, you know, copy and paste that up there. What you can do is you can click and drag to move the effect. If you hold down our magic option key, which we're falling in love with today, drag that up and it applies it, right? So that's what I'm doing. Click and drag that up and it applies it, and it applies it. But that isn't even that efficient, right? So I'm gonna undo that. Because if I wanna make all the leaves teal, for instance, I would put them all in a layer group, right? So right click, group from layers, leaves. They're like nested in there. They're like, leave me alone now. Drag that up, ba-ba. Get rid of this one. We don't need you anymore, mister. Right? Drop that on the trash. Now I have everything controlled, and through this one control, I can jump in and obviously change it any way I want, as you can tell. Okay? So we'll have fun with that. Yes, I can clean these up. We get it. Same things for these animals. Maybe I want these animals to be a different shade or the same shade. We have so much control in here. All right. All right, Eastbound and Down. Oh, love Eastbound and Down. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Okay, I'll take half the animals, maybe put them in another layer group. Right, I'm doing group from layers. Animals 1 and animals 2. Guess what? What can we do? Command G. 2, just like so. And then I would just start playing with the colors. So color overlay, shabam, get in there, dip into whatever color combo you want. And this just makes it easier. It's like, okay, well, I want 3 colors, but I also want them easy to change. So that's basically what's happening, right? We can dip more. They're kind of like all within the same sort of color family, if you will, just like that. Okay. Cool, now I can start to position things around. Let's select this one based on what we learned. Option click to select it. Do that as an angle right over there. Take this one. Oh, hey, Paul, you didn't do a good job of cutting this one out. Guess what? It's a smart object. We could jump in there. Again, do this a number of ways. Probably the quickest way would be select color range. Like that. Yeah, we can keep the fuzziness. Oh, nope. All right, let's take that down a little bit. But go ahead and do that and just hit delete, because I'm a rebel. That's right, I hit delete, people. Right, we clean that up like so. And ultimately, I'd want a lot of these, what do you call them? Leaves. But we have our pattern at that point that we're making, okay? That looks pretty good, at least for starters. By the way, I still have this color fill down there. Like, I could take that. Hey, try a complementary color if I want to. So we dip that into like a pink. It's maybe what I would do. Maybe that's too much vibration. But you can see there's a lot of, you know, I'm just kind of making a fun, I don't know, I guess something that matches my face, which is partially pink, which might be why I'm leaning toward that color. But anyways, just try to make a fun island pattern, as you can tell, right? You get the idea. Maybe we'll go with that. I don't know. I'll probably change it 15 times before the stream is done, right? So we're previewing that pattern. Let's go ahead and turn off pattern preview. Technically, geez, I didn't really have a lot of overlap there, did I? Hold on, view. Okay. Okay, so I see that done. If I want to make this a pattern, this is what I would do. I haven't made the pattern yet. I'm going to just do a select all, Command A, and now we'll go to define pattern. Click on that, define pattern. We'll call this Tropical Delight. Click OK. And what did we do? We created this new pattern, which happens to be in our patterns panel right down here. There's Tropical Delight that we could use anywhere. Okay, checking to see if we have questions. Hello, Luda. I see you. How I can... All right, more coffee. Is there a trick to making the pattern appear more random when you zoom out? No. I mean, it's just going to be you manipulating. I think ultimately the trick would be to add more elements, right? So there's just more crazy randomness going on. So to answer your question, first off, let me apply the, well, I can apply the pattern to anything I want. The pattern is in here, right? So I can apply it to anything. So what I would do is I would start taking some of these elements right in here. Like this giraffe is kind of distracting. I would take everything and shrink it down and make the pattern tighter. So that's what I would do. Command T, shrink everything down, right? There we have everything. And just have more of everything everywhere, quite frankly, right? And a good way to... Can I duplicate things? There we go. Here's another one. Here's another one. Just holding down the Option key, and that duplicates that object. But that's all I'm doing at this point. And making sure each one's like a little bit different. So that's what you'd want to do to get rid of anything that just looks like a pattern, so it seems more like natural. So you make smaller elements, add more to it, and you're well on your way. Oh geez, running out of time. Here's another thing you could do, because we're making patterns. I'm gonna just kind of turn this off if you don't mind. Turn off pattern preview. Right, here are my elements. Because what I am thinking also is, hey, I could just as easily use, maybe make a brush. Maybe make a brush out of this lovely leaf, this palm leaf. Is that what, that's not a palm leaf. I don't know what type of leaf that is. It's not a palm leaf. But either way, we'll go down here. We'll define a brush preset, right? So define a brush preset. I don't know if I call this a pattern, but this is comparable, like making lots of one thing. So we'll just make this a sampled brush. We'll open up our brushes, right? And right in here, here's our brush. Let's open up the brush settings as well. Here's our brush settings, right? And this is what we have. We can adjust the spacing like so. So let's make a new layer and turn off a lot of this stuff so it's not in the way. Okay, new layer, Command D just to deselect, change this color to, yeah, we're gonna go with pink Hawaiian vibes or something. Take down the scale. And then we have this pattern that I'm dealing with. Da, 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 da. Right, it's really a brush, but it makes this like a pattern. Okay, let's actually make this green so you could see it. I am down to my last minute. But this is where it gets to be fun if you're talking organicness and all that. Shape dynamics. Do a size jitter. Diameter jitter. An angle jitter is going to get you your best bet. So if you just crank all these up, right, you'll get a lot of jitteriness. Maybe not the roundness, so it'll start to distort those. But especially if you have a pen, you could use some pen pressure. What else am I missing? Oh, scattering. There we go. Scatter it about. Adjust the count. Count jitter. Right? You have all those little leaves, as you can see, to make a pattern as well. All right. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Oh, I hit the band hammer? Is that what happened? Huh? You talking trash, Sean? I'm just kidding. Thank you so much, everyone. Make that pattern. Make sure you post it to the Discord, like I'm going to do in a moment as soon as I roll it back to what I had originally. And I will export this out and post it to Discord, and let me know what you think. So I think that's it, huh? Boy. Thank you so much. We will see you guys soon. I'm going to stick around for the next segment, which is about Photoshop compositing. So that's all I got for you. You guys stay good out there. Make something fun. Hey, upload it to Spoonflower and get a shirt printed out like that. That's not what I did here, but hey, you can do that. So thank you, Potato, Afroja, Umacorn, William, and everyone. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you all very soon. So thanks so much for watching.